The aim of this lecture is to illustrate the typical supply chain configurations and strategies adopted by fashion luxury brands. A number of case studies analyzed by the research team of Politecnico di Milano proved that a good way to analyze companies is to classify them according to their selling volumes, high or low, in terms of units sold worldwide per year, and product complexity, high and low. This leads to the following three clusters that proved internally homogeneous with respect to the practices in use along the supply chain. Cluster 1 typically includes large fashion luxury companies with worldwide renowned brands selling high volumes of products. Cluster 2 encompasses niche brands selling relatively low volumes of excellent quality products. And Cluster 3 is constituted by fairly large firms manufacturing and selling complex products in extremely low volumes. In Cluster 1, we have large companies producing such fashionable products as apparel, footwear, accessories. These companies are global players, placing most emphasis on building an emotional appeal for the brand, as well as emphasizing premium quality. Other relevant aspects are style and design, country of origin, and heritage of craftsmanship. However, also common operational performances are very relevant, especially service level and delivery lead time to retail stores. Facing a short product life cycle and a scarcely predictable demand, the supply chain has to be efficient in the production phase and flexible during the replenishment phase in order to follow a demand pattern that is quite unpredictable. Firms typically apply a make-to-stock strategy for just a part of the product range, while some other products are made to order. Information systems are used to manage purchasing orders and to monitor sales. Continuative items, for which obsolescence risk is lower, are planned and produced in large batches. In terms of geographical spread of the supply chain, non-core items are produced offshore, while critical materials of finest quality are sourced from areas of excellence, such as Italy for leather and cotton, and relationships with suppliers are long-term. Distribution is controlled through directly operated or franchised monobrand stores. The second cluster includes small luxury fashion companies, typically niche brands, selling relatively low volumes of excellent quality products. Indeed, such companies' reputation reflects the content of their products, materials and manufacturing processes, rather than the symbolic value of their brands. We have here niche players going global, leveraging on premium quality, country of origin, and craftsmanship. Reputation of these companies is also based on excellent service levels. Attention to cost is higher than in the previous clusters. Due to their small size, these players have less freedom in formulating their strategies. For instance, they can hardly own a network of directly operated point of sale, and their bargaining power over suppliers is somehow limited. Regarding manufacturing, due to their size, this company often adopt a purchase-to-order or make-to-order policy, with orders to be placed soon after the presentation of new collections, as required by their long manufacturing lead times. Furthermore, due to small production volumes and significant demand variability, these companies prefer not to carry the stock holding costs implied by a make-to-stock approach. In contrast to brands in Cluster 1, these players offer to large independent retailers the possibility to exclusive customized products. The products of these firms often require high-quality handmade details. Hence, the availability of specialized craftsmen is fundamental. Handcrafting also contributes to make each item a unique piece, thereby increasing its degree of exclusivity. Outsourcing is a common practice, but only within national boundaries. As the country of origin is fundamental, all production phases, even when outsourced, should actually take place in Italy. For companies in this cluster, the label Made in Italy, synonymous with high quality and original design, strongly contributes to justify the premium price. There are further reasons to keep production local. Offshoring may require a significant investment and would have a negative impact on service level. Suppliers and outsourcers of specific phases are carefully selected, and the company strictly monitors their operations. In some cases, these firms outsource all phases of manufacturing to several neighboring craftsmen or small companies often belonging to the same industrial district, which are virtually considered as their own production department. Typically, each product line is assigned to a single outsourcer in order to ensure consistency in the product's aspect. For these firms, it is essential to maintain long-term relationships with suppliers. Suppliers of critical materials are evaluated on the basis of quality, while those supplying standard materials are assessed on the costs versus service level ratio. Other relevant criteria when selecting a suppliers are past experiences working for other fashion luxury players and exclusive specialization or unique expertise on a certain material or manufacturing process. Companies in Cluster 2 are product-oriented, while distribution and marketing investments are typically quite limited. Often, they do not own monobrand stores, but they rather prefer to rely on the reputation of experienced luxury retailers. However, the lack of directly operated points of sales makes it harder to control the distribution network and to access sales data and customer information. The third cluster includes large firms that sell low volumes of complex products that can be included in the fashion market if this is considered in a broader meaning. That is, beyond apparel and leather goods, also home decor, furniture, watches, jewelry, and so on have now assumed a fashion value in the consumer's mind. The technical performance of the product is at the origin of their brand's prestige. In terms of manufacturing, these companies produce based on actual orders. Due to the request of customized products, manufacturing processes must be flexible enough to accept even last-minute order changes. A high level of vertical integration is observed, revealing the desire to exert direct control over most of the production process in order to ensure quality and uniqueness. Outsourcers, when used, are selected on a national base in order to achieve flexibility, short lead times, and service level. Thanks to long-term relationships strengthened by dedicated investments, these firms are obtaining from the supplier base outstanding process and product quality. Due to product complexity, the upstream network is very articulated and coordination tools and vendor rating processes are needed. Company size and long-term relationships allow companies to strictly control their first-tier suppliers and to help them in their technical development. Suppliers are selected primarily for quality reputation, and innovation capabilities. Depending on the product category, these companies might prefer to distribute their products through monobrand directly operated stores or multi-brand independent dealers. The selling process is accomplished through an intense dialogue among the customer, dealer, firm, and other relevant actors such as architects before the product takes its final shape. These firms pay great attention to service level, which is achieved through initial advising, on-time delivery, before and after sales assistance, and other benefits needed by luxury customers. As a consequence, no matter what the distribution channel selected, these companies monitor strictly the service level of their dealers. During this lecture, you have seen the 3 typical supply chain configurations and strategies adopted by fashion luxury brands, depending on the company's size and their product's complexity.